Hi, welcome back to Razor's Armory. I'm sure you're wondering why there is an eternal short bus rider sitting here with a lovely vintage firearm. This particular firearm is a product of General Motors, of all things, in particular the Inland Corporation aspect of it. It was used initially during World War II, initially designed probably 1938, 1939. The purpose of this particular carbine was to support rear echelon troops, officers, radio men, tankers even. Ideally, individuals whose objective isn't to closely engage with the enemy, but would still need to have some form of protection. In that end, they were taking these lovely rounds that they were sending downrange for the M1 Garand, which obviously pack a little bit more power, and replacing them with something a little bit smaller and compact for uses in the carbine. In this one in particular, they were lucky enough to have a 15-round magazine, which could also be carried via a pouch, which would allow them to have 2 additional magazines aside from what they already have loaded up into the rifle. One of the more interesting aspects of this particular carbine is who was actually manufacturing it during that time period. Some of the interesting companies that we still have today include, of course, General Motors, but also IBM and Rockola, which is a company that manufactured, of all things, jukeboxes. Even today, though, without a doubt, this thing still sings. It's a very smooth action type of carbine. It's fun to plink with on the range. Probably not something you're going to take deer or moose hunting because it just doesn't have the oomph to get it done. But it's got the same kind of action that you would have in the M1. To that end, of course, iron sights, all the usuals. We do have rear adjustments and some gradients that you're able to fine-tune it with. In here, we've got our safety, our mag release, and for those who are very unfamiliar with it, this particular bolt style does not traditionally lock easily, but this pin right here does go down into that little catch, and that is how it's able to be locked back. So let's go ahead and drop some from the 15-round magazine downrange and see how it performs after all this time. And there you can see that we are locked back on an empty magazine, but it is catching on the magazine itself, not catching back here. So by doing that, we can hit our M button, which will release our magazine, and we are clear. This particular stock is a original wood stock. It is absolutely beautiful. You can actually barely make out one of the maker's marks right here near the sling hole. The sling hole, which is part of this groove, comes up through here, would then attach up here and allow a person to wrap the sling around their forearm to help stabilize their longer shots. While this may look a little beat up and nicked, it is an absolutely beautiful piece of history, which is still smoothly running and operating, and is a testament to the concept of keep it simple. If you've enjoyed any of this content, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Tell me how wrong it is to take somebody off the short bus and put a firearm in their hand, as you've seen today.
This right here is a pouch that they were given in World War II to carry them. Specifically designed to carry it. It carries two. They have some that would mount right here. It had a little strap that would mount them right here. This right here is a replica of what they would carry. It has a strap to carry it on, nice thick heavy zipper, and it's got felt on the inside to keep your weapon thing. It has US stamped on it. I don't know if this gun was ever used in combat. Probably not. Maybe in the reserves, maybe in the guard, I don't know. Okay, this is what the M1 Carbine, the Baby Grand, does at 50 yards. The max effective range is 300 yards for this weapon, but practical range is 200 yards. I didn't move it out to 100 or even 200 because I was sighting in the rifle that will never be shooting past 50 yards. But for an 85-year-old rifle, even at 50 yards, never being sighted in perfectly or even sighted in at all, that's pretty good. That is a human-sized target even at 50 yards. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the M1 Grand.